lockdown discourses and so on, but we have brought another topic for today for the speakers for their easiness to speak and so on. And the purpose of this virtual talk is, of course, to unlock our locked minds due to this pandemic and lockdown. And this program is not for competition, it's simply experience sharing talk. And since my speakers prefer to speak on the virtual programs and so on, this has been set like this, and in front of such dignitaries like professor and doctors, that's a great opportunity for them as well, they felt. And I also feel very much pleased to conduct such programs. And in this program, experience sharing program, we have included only the speakers who know Limbu language and script, and all the speakers here know Limbu language properly, can speak properly, and can write the scripts as well. And all rest of all we know very well. And of course, the English is the third language for us, and still we are struggling for this. And there are very good English speakers, eloquent speakers, although it is the third language for us. And therefore, we are holding this program in English. And welcome to you all once again. And today I have just planned to introduce all our dignitaries and the speakers by myself. So I would start. I would like to start my introduction. And and all of you know, I'm Subhash Teyung, and currently teaching here in the college in Itohari. And I do some research works and write the research articles and so on. And today we have our special dignitary, Professor Dr. Tumbahang, and we know very well he is the first and former governor of province number 1 of Nepal, and he is a PhD in English linguistics. And he has worked as the chief of the Department of English in Mahindra campus, I think about 15 years, and he worked as the deputy dean of Purbanchal University, Biratnagar. Thereafter, he shifted to Kathmandu and headed CNAS Center for Nepal and Asian Studies, I think. And he has published more than 3 books related to Limbu language, grammar, and linguistics. And he has not only limited in Limbu, he has studied many other resources of indigenous languages as well. And he has presented several papers in national and international seminars, and he has published his articles. And he's a man of politics as well. He's the guardian of Nepal, or he's the guardian of state number 1. He's a great scholar in our country, Nepal. And so I would like to request our professor to stay as the chair of this virtual program. And now I move on to another dignitary, Dr. Ramesh Kumar Limbu. Dr. Ramesh Kumar Limbu is an assistant professor of Tribhuvan University, currently teaching in Pindeswari campus and Mahindra multiple campus, as far as I think. And he has also presented several papers in national and international seminars and published them as well. And he's a writer as well. He has written some books, and his recent book is, I think, folk tales of the Nepal Himalayan, and that's available throughout the country. And that's really great. And he is involved in several social organizations, and mainly he is involved in Yuma Samya Mahasabha, and he is the great mind of Mahasabha as well, as far as I think. And I would like to request Dr. Ramesh to stay for the reflection of this virtual talk.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And well, now I move on to our Dr. Ram Naran Kandangwa, and we know very well Dr. Ram Kandangwa has very interesting story behind. After he passed his SLC from Atrai, he taught in a school for 4 years, and thereafter he recruited as the British soldier, British Army, and serving as the British soldier for 17 years. He came back to Nepal and started his education from IA to PhD. He achieved his PhD in Nepal and Britain, special relation with Gorkhat or something else. I'm very sorry about this title. I couldn't tell clearly, I think. And he has presented or delivered his speeches in some international forums as well. And thereafter, he is editor as well. He has edited a book related to CM Kandangwa. I think he is the great person of eastern part of Nepal, and he is also his father. And that's a recent book published of high level in Nepal. And well, he is also involved in several organizations, and he is also involved in Yuma Samyo Mahasabha and a great mind of Mahasabha as well. And he has also translated some reports of Nepal government and for Nepal government and Britain, as far as I think. And he has worked as an envoy in Gorkha movement for some years, and he's still in research of many academic and intellectual works. And I would like to request Dr. Ramnaran Kandangwa to stay for the reflection of this virtual program. Thank you. And well, now Mr. Amit Theve has joined us from the UK, and I remember he stayed throughout the program in my last program as well, and he had viewed his views as well. And well, welcoming to Mr. Theve, I would also request him to stay as the note taker, simply to just take the notes and so on. And Mr. Amit Theve is also a scholar, he is a poet as well, and he is journalist as well, and even staying in Britain for some years, he is doing great works, we everyone know. And so Mr. Thebe is welcomed as the note taker here. And now I would like to introduce our speakers as well. And speaker here we have altogether 7 speakers, but some speakers have seem to have escaped. But here some may join us very soon. And first speaker of today's virtual program is Mr. Mohan Tigela, and Mohan Tigela is an MPhil scholar in English, and he is to a great extent successful in his business, as far as I think. As a consultant, he runs Eden Academy Consultancy, which is the most reputed consultancy of the eastern part of Nepal. He has visited several countries, I think more than half dozen of European countries and some countries of South Asia. And he is an as instructor as well, and he's of course a great consultant, and he's gonna speak, he's gonna share his experience first today. And thereafter, now I would like to introduce our Santosh Limbu. Santosh Limbu, also my classmate in my master's, and well, he's also a successful person as far as I think. Now he's working as the head of I think land acquisition Kochi project of province number 1, and he had some experiences of being principals or running schools and some other organizations as well, and so on. I think we will know more when they speak today, since the topic is also related to this. And thereafter, I see on the screen Miss Ranjula Limbu, and Miss Ranjula Limbu is from Kathmandu currently, and she is MA in mass communication. She is master's in mass communication, and she is currently working as the office secretary of Limbuan Study Center, Limbuan Study Center of the Bhaktapur Valley, let's say, and she is also going to share her experiences today. And similarly, our Sagar Sargam Temjong is well also a successful person to a great extent, since he is the elected president of Free Student Union under multiple campus run in the history of Nepal, as far as I think. And he is running his MA. I think he is carrying on his MA level of study. And well, so Amit Thebe got disconnected and now had and I already talked about Mr. Thebe, and he will be as a note taker and will just say something about the notes he has taken at the end of our program. And well, now I only have spoken a lot. Now we have to formally begin our program. I think some speakers who will join afterwards will be allowed to just admit here, and they will also be introduced. And well, now to start this program formally, I would like to request our Professor Dr. Tumbahang, as a chair, he is with us in this virtual talk, and I would like to request him to give a short best wishes speech or opening speech. Thank you so much. Please.
Thank you, Subhashji.
Yes.
Our Dr. Ram Kondongwaji, Dr. Ramesh ji, our Santosh ji, and other distinguished participants in the seminar. First of all, I would like to thank Subhash Tengyum ji for organizing such kind of program. And the program title, what is the title of the program? Experience sharing program?
Yeah, how did I build this position or profession is the topic. Okay. And okay.
So now this phone is disturbing me, okay?
Okay. Okay, we wait you, sir.
Oh, this this title makes me think many things. Is it because of choice or because of chance that man becomes what man is? Actually, this makes me think. Or what we are today is because of our choice or because of our chance. When this question came into my mind, I began to study the cases of the great people also. Well, I just, thought about Rajiv Gandhi, you see. Well, he was an apolitical man, not interested in politics at all. He was interested in flying aeroplanes. And he was, in fact, doing that when his mother was Prime Minister of India. But you see, when his mother was just assassinated, on the same day he became Prime Minister, he had no choice but to accept this offer. He became Prime Minister, and what can we say? Was his becoming Prime Minister made by chance or by choice? I think so. I think this way. And even after that, I think of Sonia Gandhi. Well, she is an Italian lady, brought up in a small village. She went to Cambridge just to study language. There she met Rajiv Gandhi, got married, and became daughter-in-law of ruling Prime Minister of India. Not only that, she later became the president of Congress I after the assassination of her husband. She was offered Prime Minister, but she refused. Now, her choice, in fact, was a language teacher. She could be, interpreter, translator, or whatever it could be, a writer by her profession. But she is now a great politician of India. So in the same way, what to talk of Indian people, our own people, Habunanda, Phalam Singh. So by choice, he went to Indian Army, but, returned as Mahatma, as saint. And now we are almost worshipping him. Now, see this condition. Oh, these are great people, even small people like Sushila Karki. I think if you read our, biography, what you think? In fact, she was willing to become a professor. Well, she went to study in Kashi University, BHU. She did her MA and she registered her name for PhD, you see. And as she was doing this, she was a Congress supporter at that time. But once what happened? She went to New Delhi for a tour. She stayed there for, some days and returned to Kashi. But here in Kashi, Congress people spread the rumor that she was a CID employed by the royal palace. And she went there. She went to Nepalese embassy to, pass information like that. And after that, she was denied access to BP Koirala's residence. Then she was fed up and she stopped her, PhD, and she came back to Nepal and she started her own law firm and she became, Chief Justice of Nepal. Now we see such kind of things. So when we study, the biography of these people, we learn many things. So in the same way, what to talk of the biography of these people, when you study your own experience, right from the beginning till now, you will see many ups and downs in your life. And this experience will teach us many things. It teaches, these experiences are in fact the historical documentation of our life. You see, historical documentation. It teaches us very, good lesson that we should not forget our ground, and we should not forget our ground when sometimes our foot step something higher uh, by chance or by our labor. So this is the lesson we draw from it. So I think, today's, program is very good in this aspect, in this respect. So you are here and you will present your experiences. You might have drawn your own kind of perspective from your life. And it will be a great lesson to others. So exchanging of experience is in fact exchanging the mind, and it will clear the future course of our life. So I think, such, experiences will be discussed here, will be presented by the speakers, and just, reflected by the reflectors. Here, I wish the best success, best presentation of all speakers. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It's a great and awesome opening speech by the chair and Professor Tumbahang, and you have really told us some suggestions telling about some biographies of great persons, and this is really a great way to encourage the speakers and all, and that's really interesting. And thank you so much once again. Now we are in